Greetings and welcome, my friends. This is Ajax. He is one of the best cleaners out there, perfect for your porcelain throne. We're kicking things off with a shuffler special. Nothing new here. We do have a couple of cards we can play out while we wait for another land to show up. Keep your hopes up, because sometimes that's all you can do. All the tap lands are giving us both a slow start, which helps us since we're still looking to score our third land. They drop in a Soul Guide Lantern. That's something that can go to the grave rather easily. And it's just asking for us to drop in our Super Shredder. Let's get him the shell in there. They fat sack their lantern as I was expecting. Our Shredder loves to see it. We drew a third land and now comes a decision point. Do we want to grow our board and our Shredder along with it? Or do we want to level up our talent and invest in our future by way of extra card draws? I do feel the opponent is likely going to try to drop some big men on their board, and we should hurry up the damages. Let's hit while the hitting is good. They play out a speaker. We'll get to see what they tutor up at least. That's a Kona, the cheater. And they have lands in play they can use to tap it. Smells a little like Omniscience. We draw a second Sage, but I think this turn we keep mana up for our removal. We can still get in for damages thanks to Shredder. Here comes Kona, but it's not going to last very long. They station up right away. They're already looking forward to dropping in their Omniscience, but we'll hit it with our removal. There will be none of that. Pants must remain on. This is a family show. We draw a Shared Roots. That could help us next turn depending on what they do. For now, we'll snipe their speaker, and that will let us get in with both of our men. Damages, bro. Damages. And now we've got lethality, so they're going to need a way to deal with our men or find themselves some bodies. They hit our Shredder with a bounce off. It'll buy them some time, which they desperately need. They go with a Shimmer Wild's Growth, an enchantment that gives them an extra mana of the color they choose. They're a bit short of red, apparently. We can fix that wagon, and by fix I mean make the wheels fall off. This is usually what happens. We stall out on 3 or 4 lands. Luckily, we added Shared Roots. It is nice getting up to 5 mana eventually. When you can't play out your cards for free, you suddenly end up with a bunch of expensive dragons in hand. Am I right, bro? They fire off a stock up, but that is not a blocker, nor is it removal. One game on the shark side, and even the tough guys tumble. That's GG's, extra cheese. This is Wyland Industries 3000. No, wait, it's Wyland Mutani. No, wait, we get to go first with a 3-lander that's got a couple of removals and a Shredder? I like it. Keep your pants on. On turn 2, we've already got as many lands as we had all of last game. Nice shuffler. Very nice. An argument could be made for keeping mana up to use our removal on any men they play out, but I also like having the ninja talent in play. Once we take it to level 2, it gives our men a power boost and menace if they don't already have it. They summon Fenrir for a little ramp action. If these people are still playing Yuna, I will feel only slightly sorry for them. Sure enough, that's a Plains they fetched out. We'll cook their pooch and grow our Shredder. That also leaves us the mana to take our talent up to level 2. Yuna in 5-4-3-2. No, wait, that's a tapeworm. While I do love a good parasite infection, we're gonna let this one slip out so we can flush it. They throw down the Dark Knight, and while it will keep them in the game longer, it also can't block our men. The question here is, do we earthbend a land, or do we fully power up our angry outhouse? Earthbending it will make it hit for 3, but activating it fully gives us 5 damages. The more the merrier. The angry outhouse is hungry for opponent flesh. Meat is back on the menu, boys. When they return fire, they hit for 4 and will go back up to 7. But we can hit for 9. Blockers, you're gonna need them, bro. No, wait, that's a pile-up. They go with a board wipe instead. We draw a big cat, which is fine, but if we activate the angry outhouse again, we can drop them to 1. I like that. They go with a second Dark Knight, but like the first one, it can't block. They poop it and scoop it. That's GG's, man, land, cheese. This is rack an issue. If it's an issue, maybe try wearing the right size boob armor. We get a 3-lander with a shredder, a talent, and our big cat. That sweeper of small men could get our own shredder killed, so we need to be careful. Keep your pants on. Bro is trying to find some form-fitting boob armor. Let's give them a moment. They play out a moon shadow. Our sweeper might catch it and any other small men they play out. We draw a party talent and we'll turn the music up. I'll make some tacos. Someone get some chips and salsa. They do indeed drop another small dude. Very nice. We draw a betrayal. I went and swapped those out with the Hex to give us better play against decks trying to use the grave. We'll go ahead and skunk their early team. Their later team can face the Shredder and Betrayal. They drop in a Monument to Endurance. It's Rakdos lessons with men for backup. Don't laugh, boys. Smile and nod. We draw a 4th land. That was badly needed. We can level up our talent and drop in our Shredder. Now if they use the food we gave them, it will grow our Shredder and we'll draw an extra card. They go with a 2nd Monument. All we need to do is draw the artifact destroying portion of our deck. We'll hit them with the Betrayal. Your own men betray you, bro. That guy disappeared so fast, you're in this fight on your own. We'll follow up with the Ninja talent. We might as well. They go with a fear of missing out. And they finally get to toss a card like they've wanted to do since the beginning of the game. That must feel great. Their deck is doing what their deck does. They drop in another Mako. It's all going according to plan. Then they oopsie poopsie and eat their food. We could play out our big cat, but let's take our talent up a level. We still have our food, which we can eat if they decide to block. Since they didn't block, we'll earthbend a swamp. That will add to our damage output for our next turn. Oh no, not the Bloodghast combo. All you need is a land and a ghast in the grave. They send it, but those are only 3 damages, and we can throw much more at them. It's time for the big cat. All their men will be food. They look at their men with the sad eyes of disappointment. Then they look at our shredder. It's so much better. The world's oceans are salty because of this bro's tears. That's GG's. Big cat cheese. This is Buntomatic. No, wait. It's Bun Tan, I see. He tans his buns, but only his buns. We get the rather usual shuffler special. We've got a removal to go with our party talent and shredder. We'll give it a shot. Keep your hopes up. We draw a 3rd land, and that will save us a couple of points this turn. They go with a Life Creed duo. They believe in life. We get a shared roots, but we'll go with our shredder this turn. They might be able to gain life, but we can dish out pain. They go with a Pride Mate. The life gain crew is in full effect. We'll take out their Pride Mate. The great thing about the Stormbrood is it gets shuffled back in when we fire off the Omen. It's like never-ending removals for small men. They go with an Amalia. It can easily get bigger than our shredder thanks to all the life gain they likely have. We'll smash Amalia, Hulk style. They have a restoration magic lined up, and that will save Amalia from being stuffed in a coffin. But they should have waited until after we paid the ward. Now, we don't have to lose 3 life on top of losing this exchange. We'll still get in for damages. We're not winning by watching them grow their men. They go with a Zoraline, the mother bat of all bats. It will grow their Amalia, and they've got a flyer we can't hope to block. We draw our 5th land, and that will let us drop in our big cat. We can clog the ground at least. Looking through their grave, it's likely they'll get a Pride Mate back. The Bat Mother is definitely giving them the edge this game. They play out a Sheltered by Ghosts. This is one of those times it actually will work. They aim to take our big cat, but that's going to make them eat some food. Get swole, Shredder, get swole. They ate the food we gave them instead of fat sacking it. Oopsie poopsie, bro. That's going to force them to fat sack one of their men. They send it, and we're forced to block. It's possible we could draw a removal, and that could give us a chance. But that's a party talent instead. Sometimes the draws don't go our way. We can drop in our shark, and that could give us another turn if they don't have a removal. Block Amalia, then maybe draw a removal on our next turn. They do have the restoration magic, and that can actually protect any permanent, so we can't rely on sniping their sheltered by ghosts. Let's just see what we draw. Their men are too big for our sweeper, and that protection spell earlier let them run away with the game. They send it, and we'll block Amalia. We'll get another turn, but I'm not sure what we could draw to get us out of this mess. That's a Sage, but even if we could take out their aura, we won't be able to block their flyer. That's GG's, we didn't get enough cheese. This is Slade Wilson. Some say he is related to Deadpool. We know you, bro. We get a 3-lander this time. We have a removal along with a Sage as our early plays, then back up in the form of our shark and big cat. Keep your pants on. We draw a second removal in the form of a betrayal. We're armed and loaded. All we need are a couple more lands. They go with the Ooze, an artifact that can snipe cards out of the grave to make mutagen tokens. They eat a card out of their grave to make a token. This is how it all begins. Am I right, bro? We draw a Super Shredder, which will be hilarious when we play him out, and they're finally ready to use their tokens. We'll go with our Sage this turn. We can take out their Ooze and slow their plans. They get our Sage with a Phantom Interference. If they're running counters, they're not going to have as much room for men. They go with a Cub. It's hard to believe they're going with small men as the plan to do some damages, but their tokens can give them pump. They failed to send it. That could have been a pair of damages if they used a token. We'll go with Shredder, then we'll follow up with the Virtue. If it does get countered, we're fine. They've got a diminishing hand, and we have our big men to throw down still. They're even packing the Screaming Chicken. That's probably what they should pump, but instead they use the map token on their land. That's an odd way to go about things. But sure, bro. Sure. We'll diminish their team by 1. They'll go down a guy and we'll grow our Shredder. We can follow up with our roots and grab another land. They drew a Hydra, and I'm guessing they'll want to pump that up so when they drop a land, it will get that much bigger. They pumped their Screaming Chicken instead. I mean, their deck looks like it plays itself. Wouldn't it be better to pump the Hydra? We drew another Virtue, and we can use it to snipe their Hydra. That's a step back for them and a step forward for us. We'll go with our Shark. We don't really want to bounce our Shredder to sneak it in, and we don't have time to make a token. They tap out to drop in their main man. Suddenly, they have a big pile of tokens. And if they use them all, they can hit us for 11. But then they'll pump our Shredder to lethality. They get our Shredder up to 8. Only 2 more, bro. You can do it. Apparently they don't want to find out. Cooler heads prevail this day. We draw a land, and this turn we have to go with our big cat. It will help hold the ground against their team of growing men. There's really no reason to take a 2 spot from our own land here. I had considered playing out the Virtue, but there's nothing coming back from the grave thanks to their artifact. We'll send Shredder in. They can't block effectively. They can hit us for 12 in the air, but luckily we're at 14. And every point of pump for them is also a point of pump for our Shredder. Thanks to them being at 2 life, all our men are must-be blocked, and we have the Angry Outhouse to activate. I get the feeling it wants more man flesh. Meat is going to be back on the menu, boys. They fat sack their main man. Sure, they go up to 5, but that's 1 less blocker to throw in front of our men. They make another token, and that gets them up to 13 damages. So close, yet so far. They fat sack their land for more tokens, but now they have only 1 mana left. That all went so well, bro. What's the plan now? That is the plan. Is that what devils do? That's GG's extra Shredder cheese. And that, my friends, is another satisfied customer.